Quentin Tarantino says he wants to direct a Star Trek movie, but to that we ask, don't you mean a second one? Because on today's Nerdist News Talks Back we offer you the best, most insane Star Trek Inglourious Basterds fan theory you'll ever hear, as well as breaking down the latest from the world of comics and how it's possible books still get banned in 2017. Joining host Jessica Chobot on today's show was Nerdist News writer Eliza Pearl, managing editor Alicia Lutz, and, in a truly memorable NNTB debut, producer Ben McShane, who gave us a completely bonkers Tarantino Trek theory. But before getting to that, they started with the latest comics happenings in honor of National Comic Book Day, including how Marvel Legacy will see many of its heroes return to their origins, but how that includes Deadpool going back to being a villain. Is that smart considering his box office success? Major spoiler alert after this jump. It also means we're getting the original Wolverine back, the old one who's been dead while X-23 and Old Man Logan have been running around. How many Wolverines are too many? Is it three many? Would we be better off with news stories about the old Fantastic Four, or is Marvel leaving them out of this legacy event to mess with a franchise they don't own the big screen rights to? Speaking of movie rights, the Nerdist 4 wrapped up their comic book talk with reports that the Channing Tatum Gambit movie could have an Ocean's 11 feel. Is that a hand we want to see dealt? From there they boldly moved on to Star Trek, covering their thoughts on Discovery and the report Quentin Tarantino wants to direct a Star Trek film, something he told us about on the Nerdist podcast in 2015. That's when it happened. That's when our minds were blown. Because Ben offered up his Socrates the Staba True theory that Tarantino already directed a Star Trek movie. How you say? Well, it's simple-ish. Ben says Inglourious Basterds is merely a part of the original series' classic episode City on the Edge of Forever, when Kirk, Spock, and McCoy went back in time to fix the timeline. Holy crap. What a debut for Ben. We don't care if this is factually true or not, from now on we're treating it like canon. After recovering from that bombshell, the gang finished up by talking about Banned Books Week, because that's still a thing. Somehow. So what are our favorite banned books? What about our favorite banned comic books? You already know a few of them, because we've read 1984 and To Kill a Mockingbird on Alpha Book Club, as well as Paloma with Sex Criminals writer Matt Faction on its sister show Alpha Comic Book Club. But get involved with the next two books on our reading list, because we're finishing up Volume 2 of Fat Tale on Tuesday's Alpha Comic Book Club at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at Project Alpha, and on Wednesday same bat time, same bat place. Alpha Book Club is asking for your help picking a murder mystery for October. And get in on the conversation every weekday when Nerdist News Talks Back airs live at 100 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on our YouTube and Alpha channels. Because you never know when you're going to be present for the birth of one of the best Star Trek Quentin Tarantino Inglourious Basterds theories the world has ever known, especially since it might be the only one. What do you think of today's topics? What about Ben's crazy theory? Talk back to us in the comments below. Featured Image Universal Pictures, NBC Logan Image Fox Alpha Book Club, Alpha Comic Book Club, Banned Books, Deadpool, Inglourious Basterds, Marvel Legacy, Nerdist News Talks Back, NNTB, Quentin Tarantino, Star Trek Discovery, Wolverine.